Hi, this is Dave again at cartitles.com and Records Research Title Recovery Company. And we do a lot of title processing for clients who have purchased a vehicle through some online purchase, whether it's eBay, Craigslist, some other resource, and they find out that the title that they have or the paperwork they have may not be sufficient to get them a good title, or it's going to jumping through a lot of hoops is necessary to make that happen. So what I'd like to do is prevent this from happening from some of our potential clients. I'd rather you get a good title and not have to worry about it than even having to do business with us to spend hundreds of dollars to get a title and avoid that if possible. We only want to do that in the fewest amount of cases so that more people get titles the first time. First of all, when you're buying a property from eBay or through Craigslist, prior to bidding on the property, prior to giving money, see if you can get a copy of the title that the seller has faxed to you, emailed to you, or somehow in advance put eyes on it so you can see that it's in that person's name. They have the legal right to sign it to you. There's no stamps on it for salvage or rebuilt, or that maybe even there are errors on the title. There may be crossouts, there may be defects, it may be ripped in half. You want to see that in advance, because once you pay the money, even if that person sends you the title, if you find out later that there's errors on it or strike-throughs or crossouts, it may prevent you from processing the title in your name. You can also verify that there are no liens, that there's not a lien holder that needs to sign off on it, and that the owner whose name is on the front of the title actually is signing it over to you. They're the seller. There's also the issue of jump title. Jump title means that the owner on the title signed it over on the back to somebody else, and now they want to sell it to you. In most states, the back of the title is restricted to one private party transfer, meaning that only one person who's not a dealer can sign it. Once that happens, now it's executed. It has to be retitled to that person, and then they can sign it to you. Dealerships can sign the title on the back several times because they don't need to title and register the car. If a private party signs the back and then tries to sign it over again to you, that may reflect the jump title, and the state might kick it back, and you might not be able to register before you go back to that other owner and have them get a new title. That may take weeks or months, and sometimes that person may not be around or willing to do it. Make sure that the signatures match from the seller to who's actually signing it. We've seen people sign in the wrong place as the buyer when they're the seller, and vice versa. Be sure to get a title versus a bill of sale. You want a bill of sale in any case to prove that you paid for the car, who the parties were, how much it was, but you also want to get that title, because without the title, that piece of metal is simply that, a collection of parts. If possible, before buying, see if you can get a picture of the VIN number, the ID number from the car on the dashboard. You want to match that up with the title. There have been some cases where we've had to go get a title for a client because the title they received was actually for a different car. It may not have been intentional. The person selling the vehicle may have had more than one vehicle and got it messed up. But if you match all those things up, get a copy of the title, see if you can get it faxed to you, match it up with the VIN number, match it up with the buyer, you're going to prevent a lot of these problems that we have to deal with that cost hundreds of dollars that really are not necessary if it's prevented in the first place. eBay and Craigslist are nothing wrong with buying a car there, but because of the fact that it's a distant purchase where the parties may not be connected with each other until the last minute, some of these errors are harder to find in advance, and after the deal's done, it's hard to fix them later.